Good point, sir. Somebody always pays for it in the end. But our moral standards slipping. Psychologist Linda Papadopoulos and agony aunt Anna Raeburn join us. Hello to you both. And you were having a very intense conversation earlier. I don't know whether you're asking each other whether you have ever done it. Linda, ever taken an envelope from the office or a grape from a supermarket?
Not a grape from the supermarket, but at the office, kind of the idea for even for personal stationery, there was a stationery cupboard, so if I needed an envelope, yeah, I'd put it, and frankly, you don't kind of think twice about doing it. But the funniest thing is my little daughter, when she was at preschool last year, came in with this lovely drawing, and on the back was a logo of a financial institution. So clearly a parent must have come and given a bunch of paper for the kids to draw, but I just thought that was really funny, how normalized it then is. There you go, you know.
Yeah. So, Anna, is the country going to the dogs?
Now, you see, it's interesting. She gets the nice soft question because I'm the old bat. I get to say the country's going to the
soft
dog.
question. We grilled her and said, how criminal are you?
Are you a thief, Anna? I had to
simply not true.
But you see, the point is this. Everybody's done it, or most people have done it, in some kind of minor way, because the definition of morality is the codes by which we live. I looked it up in the dictionary before I came. And those codes are dented by the breakdown of community, any kind of community. So now it's very difficult to be responsible because it's made available to you, and you have a press machine which constantly tells you that the people that you used to respect, who you look to for leadership, have done it too. So that kind of endorses it. The papers are full of doctors who have given the wrong drugs right up to killing their patients. The papers are full of of politicians who have lied to us. There are people who would say cynically, what do you expect of a politician? But there is nobody actually out there offering a counterbalance to this unless you belong to a faith community or you happen to have come from a background like some of the people you interviewed who said, oh no, you've got to pay for it because somebody always does. If you don't pay for it, it gets paid for further down the line.
We've had a few emails from people who work in supermarkets who say they expect grazing. I mean, they earn huge profits, which is why some other people say, well, they earn so much from us, why can't we take a few things without paying for them?
And I think that's the thing, it's this double standard. I think if you were to ask someone, would you steal some of Anna's grapes? But no, because, you know, there's it's your grapes. But this sort of big amorphous sort of, you know, Tesco, Sainsbury's, when there is this sense of entitlement almost. Well, you know, we feel that they're making these big profits, thus they're gaining from us, and so therefore we can gain from them. And it's always very interesting to see the relationship from who you're taking from and how the morality meter goes up or down.
Steve, who works in the supermarket, says it does cause a problem for a variety of reasons. It's stock loss, obviously. People also leave their half-eaten items in empty wrappers in very strange places to try to hide the dishonesty. We have to check under fixtures, in the back of shelves, in between the cereals.
For grapes.
Because, yeah.
And on the positive side, if 1 in 4 of us are saying, oh, well, it's okay to nick stuff, it doesn't really matter, 3 in 4 of us clearly don't believe that. And wouldn't you say? So, I mean, most people are still pretty moral.
But that's the 50-50. That's about right, isn't it? It's always been this. You know, it has always been that there were a group of people, either because of their upbringing, their family, their personality, their religious beliefs, their social beliefs, said, no, I won't. I absolutely won't. No, I won't take things. It's not on. I don't like it. I mean, and then you get the other way round, which is it's going to be more trouble for you to pay for it. I remember going to the office manager in the last place that I worked when I was leaving and saying, I've got 2 alphabetized files, would you like me to pay for them? And he said, you're the only person who's ever asked me for an alphabetized file in 23 years, please take it. So, you know.
Exactly. Honesty pays.
Yes.
For instance, Marie, who wrote in, said she bought goods at a local chemist. She found that they had undercharged her by £8. She went back to tell them. They were so impressed, they told her to keep the items for free.
Yes. Well, that's, you see, I think people might think that that was different because it was a local chemist, and perhaps people think that small businesses can't afford to lose the money, whereas, as I was saying before, big businesses, well, they expect it.
Yeah,
but it's also going to be, it's always going to be personal. You're always going to think, this time I shouldn't do it, or this time it doesn't matter. You're going to make a personal decision.
I worry that it's going to get taken out of somebody's wages. That's what would make me panic if I took something from a store and they hadn't.
Well, that's why I stay away from Primark.
It.
I won't touch Primark. I believe every garment in Primark smells of the sweat and blood of somebody who's been ripped off.
Definitely. Linda, last thought from you.
I think, again, one of the big things is this consumerist culture we live in. And again, we're constantly bombarded and told your life will be better if you have stuff. And I think taking stuff is just an adjunct to that. Well, if everyone else has it and I can take it, well, then that's okay.
And the adjunct is that everybody confesses to saying, you've done it, you've done it, you've done it, you've done it, well, then it's okay. And it's not.
Have you done it?
No.
That was the sharp question. You got it there. Yes, you did. Thank you both very much.
Thank you.